Welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your daily horoscope for May 20th, 2021. The sun today is going to change signs into Gemini, and the moon is going to trine Uranus. We will talk about all that, but before we do, please hit the subscribe button. All right, so let's talk about the moon first. The moon is in the sign of Virgo. It has been since yesterday. It's right here at 10 degrees. And when the moon is in Virgo, we focused on Virgo things. We focused on getting organized, getting planned, thinking about our nutrition, our diet, our health, our day-to-day routine. And it doesn't feel the best because the moon is our emotions, and emotionally we'd rather be free, not planning, not analyzing, not in our day-to-day reality. So that's the energy. And at about 8 a.m. today, the moon's going to make its first important aspect. It is going to square the north node square. All right, and it is also going to square the south node, 90-degree angle. And what does this mean? This means we need to make a small adjustment. We need to make an adjustment. We may need to overcome a challenge that is blocking us from our goals. And these challenges, these adjustments are not very big, they are day to day. It could be very small. It could be that you need to plan better. It could be that you need to get organized better in order to move towards your goals. But that little adjustment needs to be made. Maybe instead of I don't know, if you're a writer, maybe instead of writing in the morning, you want to adjust and write in the evening, and that'll help you move towards your goal. Something as simple as that. Or it could be if you want to say work on your health, and maybe you need to adjust your diet a little bit. These are the little things that we do in Virgo. So when the moon is in Virgo. So that's happening at about 8 a.m. Pacific time. And as we make that change, the past, we're going to leave that behind. Okay? Past habits, past ways of doing things that are not compatible with our goals will start to fade away. And that makes sense because obviously, you adjust something, the old way of doing something goes away. So that's happening. The next important thing that happens is extremely positive. So let's move the chart to that. Sorry. Okay. There. Yeah. So the moon is trining Uranus, as I had mentioned in the beginning of the video. Moon trine Uranus. What does this mean? Uranus is sudden, it's unexpected, it's an energy that can shock us, it can come out of the blue, but it also takes us higher, it makes us ascend. It is the planet that awakens us spiritually, and the moon is our emotions, it's our inner heart and soul. Uranus trine the moon is a sudden change to our inner heart and soul. It could be a sudden change to how we feel, and this is positive because it's in a trine. Maybe we make that change, that little adjustment that I spoke about. Maybe your routine changes, maybe your diet changes, maybe the way you do something changes so that you can move towards your goals. After that change, we're feeling very positive. We're feeling, yeah, suddenly I made this change and things are falling into place. I made this change and suddenly things have fallen into place and I'm feeling good about it. And this is connected to our material reality. It's connected to our finances. It's connected to our day-to-day routine. It's connected to our day-to-day reality, our skills, our values, and self-worth. So you make that little change and something really positive will happen by about 10 a.m. All right, so that's the energy. The next important thing happens at 3 p.m. So today is a day that's like, you make a change, you feel good. You make a change, you feel good. That's the day. So the next thing that happens is that the moon is going to square Venus. Now this is again an adjustment. We need to make an adjustment. To what? To our love, to our relationships, to our business partnerships. And once we make that adjustment at about 3 p.m. Pacific time, what happens then? What happens then? The moon moves on, and it sextiles Mars. Okay? Moon sextile Mars, positive. As we make a small adjustment to our love, relationships, money, finances, self-worth, skills, values, after that change, at about 7 p.m. in the evening, the moon will move ahead and sextile Mars. We make that change, and what is moon sextile Mars? action. We're able to take some action. We're able to get some willpower. We're able to get some drive and say, hey, I made this change with Venus related things, love, money, relationships, business, partnerships, skills, self-worth, values. And now I'm able to take that action. Now I have the willpower to move forward. Now I have that drive. I didn't have that drive. I didn't know how. I didn't have that drive, but now I do. So it's the morning will begin 8 a.m. You will need to adjust something to move towards your goals. Once you make that adjustment, things will fall into place suddenly. Then at again 3 o'clock, you'll face a little adjustment that you need to make, a little challenge that'll come about. Venus related things this time, love, relationships, money, self worth, values. And by 7 in the evening, you'll say, yeah, I made that adjustment. Now I feel ready to take action. Now I feel like I have the drive to move ahead. Okay, so that's what the moon is doing today. Now let's talk about the other important things that are happening. The sun here has moved into the sign of Gemini. The sun changes signs every 30 days, so we are in a particular energy for 30 days. For the past 30 days, the sun was in the sign of Taurus, slow, stable, focused on self-worth, skills, values, building, manifesting. Now Gemini is a lot of stimulation. It's a lot of intellectual energy. It's a little bit of this, it's a little bit of that. And if you look at the chart, everything's in Gemini. Not everything, but a major chunk of the planets are in Gemini with the North Node there. North Node energizes anything that comes close to it. In this case, Gemini. In this case, Venus, Mercury, the Sun. Basically, everything that rules our day-to-day reality, that influences us day to day, is in Gemini. And Gemini energy is about communication. It's intellectual. It's a lot of stimulation. And in Gemini, it becomes important to take a breath, calm down, take a moment, relax. Okay, so that's the next thing that's happening. And I did mention yesterday when Mercury will oppose Neptune today. However, it's happening tomorrow morning, not today. That was my mistake. But we are in the build up for Mercury square Neptune, and I have seen the chart. As Neptune and Mercury square, the moon will be here at 23 degrees and it will oppose Neptune and square Mercury. So this is very intense energy. This is a lot of stressful energy. Things may not appear as they are. You may have difficulty seeing things clearly, but that happens tomorrow at 8 a.m. So we still have time for that, and we'll discuss that in tomorrow's video. Okay. Another thing that I want to mention is about Mars. Mars is ahead of all the planets. It's in the sign of Cancer, and it has been in Cancer for quite some time, I believe since April 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. And why is this relevant? Yes, Mars does not like Cancer too much. It does not work very well in Cancer. So the way we take action, our drive, our willpower can suffer when Mars is in Cancer. However, Mars is a planet that deactivates or releases rather the eclipse energy, and so far since April 23rd it has released two eclipse energies that were very difficult on us. The first one happened in June of 2020, that it released on April 23rd as it changed signs from Gemini to Cancer. And the second one happened, I believe, last week, I think May 10th. It came over an eclipse spot that happened July 2nd, 2019, and released that. So in the past 3 weeks, we've done a lot of energy release. And I thought it's important to know that. Now, Jupiter has also changed signs. It changed signs on 13th of May. It changed signs once in a year, but it comes into a sign after 12 years. So this energy we haven't seen since 2010, 2011. It was in the sign of Pisces in between that period. And I've done a video on what that means for each sign. So you can watch that if you want to know what it means for your particular sign, Jupiter coming into Pisces. And but briefly put, this is positive for the collective, and you can watch my other video to know the details. I'll put the link in the description box. Another thing, see, astrology, there's a lot happening. Another thing that's going to happen soon on May 23rd is Saturn is going to go retrograde. It is the second major planet to go retrograde. Pluto went retrograde on April 27th. Now Saturn's going to go retrograde. And what does that mean? It means things will start to slow down. When planets are in retrograde, the active creation of karma, so to speak, the active um, pursuit of things slows down, and we start to reap the rewards of the work done. So that's happening too. We will talk about it on May 23rd. And the next important thing that is happening is that we are approaching eclipses. The first eclipse is on May 26th. We will talk about that, but we are very near eclipse energy, a week away. So be prepared. Eclipses speed things up, they change things up rapidly, and they stay with us for a long, long, long time. As you can see, the eclipse energy has stayed with us since 2019, and we just released it. We just released it last week. So that's all for today. Today, I would say, is a day of change, taking action, adjusting, positive results. And there's a shift in energy from a slow, stable one. There's going to be a lot of stimulation now. Okay. So that's all for today. I will give you a brief background on what has been happening in the astrology for the past year or so. It'll take 2 to 3 minutes. So I urge you to watch. If you've seen this before, you can put this off. So the first thing is the Uranus North Node semi-sextiles. Our goals this year are shocking us. They are unexpected, but they are there. Second thing is the North Node Chiron sextile. As we move towards our goals, we will heal. This energy is going to be with us for a little bit longer. Okay, and the next thing is the Uranus Chiron sextile. We are going to be in this energy for quite some time, and this energy is about healing in unexpected ways and unexpected through unconventional means. The next thing is the Chiron Saturn sextile, 60-degree angle. They sextiled exact around Feb, and around then we started to take a decision or build something that would heal our identity, and by the end of the year that something would be tangible. Next thing is the theme of the year. Okay, Uranus is here, Saturn is here. They're making a 90-degree angle and squaring. The last time this happened was in the year 2000, so we are in this energy after 21 years. And what is this energy? This is about finding out who you are in the inside, what you want, who you truly are, and not who you think you should be. It's about getting rid of old ways of thinking, living, being, embracing the new. And by the end of the year, that who you are on the inside will be visible, tangible, palpable for you to see. So this year, I would say just focus on finding out who you are and what you want and working on it. And let me tell you, it's not going to be easy, this process of finding out who you are or becoming who you are, because they're in a square. So it'll feel stressful, but it is going to be positive. Okay, the next thing is the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. They meet up once in 20 years. They met up in December of 2020 and started a new cycle that will stay with us till 2040. At the same time, they ended a cycle that began for us in the year 2000. Now, this cycle, the one that will stay with us till 2040, we will take the next 2 years to lay the foundation for those 20 years. So this year, focus on who you are, what you want, and start building on it. And it's going to take 2 years to lay that foundation. The next thing is extremely important. It's the Pluto-Saturn conjunction. Now, these planets meet once in 33 to 38 years. The last time they met was in Jan of 2020, and that changed our material reality completely. Why? Because Capricorn is our material reality. And before that, they met in 1982 in the sign of Libra. They changed relationships. And in Jan of 2020, they closed that 1982 cycle. So maybe something came into your life, a relationship or whatever, in 1982 that you closed out in Jan of 2020. And Jan of 2020 began a new cycle, a cycle that has changed everybody's material reality completely. This is going to be with us till 2053, till Saturn and Pluto meet again in the sign of Pisces. The last thing I want to touch upon are the nodes. The North Node is here in Gemini. The South Node is here in Sagittarius. They were in the same placement between 2001 and 2003. So whatever themes, events, people, situations came into your life back then, you may be resolving those, rebuilding those, or closing those out. So that's all I'll leave you with. Do watch my Jupiter in Pisces video to know what it means for your sign. It's really short and I think it'll help you. And do hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.